Hello and welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PS1, and we are still in the forested area behind the Weasley's burrow. We got stung by
The
bees.
Weasleys those are the Weasley's bees. That's
yes.
the Weasley's door.
Well, one of the doors.
Oh, hi, Harry.
Hi, Ginny.
Thank goodness you came. My Pascain swallowed my Remembrall, and I got lost trying to find him. A Remembrall tells you that there's something you've forgotten to do. You can have it, Harry. I don't have my wand on me now, so use your knockback jinx on the Pascain, and he'll spit it out.
Now, the Remembrall actually has a purpose in this game, and it's much greater than the purpose that it actually had in the movies. The Remembrall tells you what your main quest is.
Remembrall was fucking useless in the movies.
Ginny, there you are.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna remind you that you've forgotten something. Except we're not gonna tell you what you forgot.
Yeah, that was a joke from the first movie. Is that Neville? He holds the Remembrall and he says, it glows red because he just forgot something. The problem is, I can't remember what I've forgotten.
You need to know a few things.
When you're in the fireplace.
Okay, so now we're in chapter 4 because we're going to Nocturne Alley.
Are
Yep.
you sure this is safe?
Piece of cake.
Diagon Alley.
Actually, funny story. I didn't realize that Diagon Alley was it literally just diagonally just split into two different words until I saw the second movie.
Alright then. This is the worst gameplay style in the game for me. I hate this slide segment. I'm better at it now than what I used to be, and you get a shit ton of Birdie Bots every flavored beans doing this. But, dear God, this is awkward as shit to control. You can speed up by pressing up on the D-pad, you can turn left and right with the corresponding buttons, and you can slow down by holding back on the D-pad.
For some reason, Harry's legs have a tendency to go to the left for some reason.
This particular slide, not so bad. It's the one at the end of the game that fucking blows.
Can you imagine if wizards have to do this every time they travel with flu powder?
They don't, but at the same point they might. We never actually see the process of flu powder in the movies.
No, flu powder very briefly showed up in the Chamber of Secrets movie.
Yes.
After that, they just apparated everywhere like normal
Sooner
people.
I get out of here,
Or they used port keys.
And a port key. Technically two, but
It was a boot.
they didn't know about the second one.
The second one was the Triwizard Tournament trophy.
Yep.
Leaving a small crack to peer through. Seconds later, a bell clanged. And Draco Malfoy stepped
Oh, Jesus.
into the man who was with Draco could only be his father, Lucius Malfoy.
Touch nothing, Draco.
Mr. Malfoy was trying to sell the shopkeeper certain dark magical items that he didn't want the Ministry of Magic to find out.
How does Harry know that?
Harry went to Flourish and Blots to buy his books.
Okay, and
While
so
he was
that...
in there, Gilderoy Lockhart, Hogwarts new
What,
defense
what a
against the dark
fucking
arts,
jump that
was
was.
signing his latest
There's no Hagrid?
It's not that big of a jump. It's only a couple pages in the book.
Well, yeah, but we missed the part where Hagrid pulled him out of Nocturne Alley. They didn't even say the words Nocturne Alley.
famous
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Can't even go into a bookshop without making the front page.
Ginny, who was very fond of Harry, defended him.
Leave him alone. He didn't want all that.
Lucius Malfoy insulted the scruffy state of the second-hand books Ginny had bought.
I suppose those books are the best your father can give you.
Lucius plucked a copy of A Beginner's Guide to Transformation from Ginny's cauldron, examined it briefly, and then replaced it. No one at that time realized how much of an effect this gesture from Lucius Malfoy would have on their lives, and they all left the shop none the wiser. They found the car in Charing Cross
Alright,
Road,
are you ready
and
for
after making it
one of the
invisible,
cooler
flew
segments
it
in the
into
game that we only do
We're
once?
gonna drive the flying Ford Anglia?
Hogwarts Express far below,
Yes, we're going to
and
drive the
followed
Angula.
Yeah.
And this is the first of the missable famous witches and wizards cards. Well, second technically, but
Oh, jeez, you gotta get collectibles.
Looks like we found the train, Ron.
yeah, it's just the one, but you know, It's you know, easy to miss.
Scratch the paintwork or my dad will kill me.
Choo choo.
Pick up the speed boost to stay ahead of the train. And watch out for any obstacles.
How does the...
Now, if you recall in the movie, they actually decided to stay above the Hogwarts Express for most of the trip.
Yeah, but they... I mean, I believe it was only in the movie that they ended up in front of it for a brief moment.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't believe we missed the train! And it's like, oh no, oh, don't tell me there's a train behind us! Oh, so your objective is to not let the train touch you. Oh, I didn't even realize.
Although if the train collides into you, it just does a significant amount of damage. It doesn't kill you outright.
Yeah. We're also in this tunnel for an obscenely long time, it seems.
It's not obscene, to be perfectly honest.
Fly!
Oh, I missed the turn off.
I'm sure it's infinitely easier to animate this flying segment when the only thing they have to put in is fucking stone walls everywhere.
I'm not entirely sure about the technical aspects of a majority of this game. I just know that Albus Dumbledore has a mostly unused model.
Keep going, Harry. We've got to reach the end of the tunnel soon.
Yep. I guess they reached the end of the tunnel.
Not yet.
Oh.
This segment is divided in two, and I don't understand why.
To repair some of the damage.
Well, because now we have to pick up the flying wrenches. But of course.
But we didn't take all that much damage during the last part.
And now we're outside the tunnel finally.
Back in the tunnel we go.
And back out we are. Aha. Quickly, Harry, pick up the flying speed boosters. Use the boost to get through.
No, this is not anywhere near as complex as Star Fox is.
I was gonna say, how does the car control during this?
The car control's fine. It's a bit rigid, but you know, it's nothing super complicated.
But
Once again, mostly D-pad or analog stick movement.
But you take damage when you hit the walls?
Yeah.
Okay, now I saw that one of those paths veered left. Oh, is this a secret?
And there it is, the Witches and Wizards
It was
card.
a secret. Nice.
It's a wizard's card. Almost there, Harry.
How do you know that, Ron?
Nah.
Everything looks exactly the fucking same.
Not exactly the same, just mostly the same. But he's right. And here we are. We're done.
Oh yeah, now I remember what was silly about the movie is like the car did end up behind, the train did end up behind them, but they could just as easily just get out of the way because they weren't in a tunnel, they were just in the air.
Castle grounds.
Yep.
There's something wrong with the car. I don't have control anymore.
Oh dear, whatever shall we do?
Crash into the Whomping Willow.
They gave the Whomping Willow a mouth.
Help! I can't get out! Harry, you need to get close to the tree and cast a spell at what looks like its mouth.
And that is why they gave it a mouth.
So it has a weak spot.
So this is our tutorial boss battle.
There's a boss health bar. There's a mean, very silly looking boss. Oh god.
Oh, he's got a following shockwave
He's
attack.
dead. He's dead. Run. No. Stop smashing his corpse.
I'm trying, Ron. Yeesh.
There was some innuendo in that.
Yes, Some innuendo.
Yes.
Not a hell of a lot, though.
He goes to shoot it in the mouth, Harry!
By the
Story
time Harry
time.
escaped from the Whomping Willow, the sorting ceremony had already begun. They peered in at the Great Hall and watched as the aged-old sorting hat placed new students into the 4 Hogwarts houses.
So
As it
aside
was
from
the
Ginny and
ceremony
Colin,
of
who
time.
else that becomes recurring
Harry
characters
remembered
gets
putting
sorted
the
this year?
sorting hat on a year ago, and for a few
I
horrible
don't-
seconds
I-
he had feared the hat
It's not
would
Luna
put him
Lovegood
into
because she
Slytherin,
joins the
along with
canon
Draco
2 books
Malfoy.
later.
Not Slytherin.
Okay.
Colin, yep.
Wait, Luna's not in Prisoner?
Gryffindor.
She's not in Prisoner of
But
Azkaban,
of course,
no.
he had ended up in
Wow,
Gryffindor,
I thought she
along with
was.
Ron and Hermione.
She
As they
appears
watched the sorting,
in...
Harry noticed that at least
uh,
one title was missing from the staff table.
Wait a minute, does she only appear in the 5th?
And then,
In
from
Order of the
behind him came
Phoenix?
the
Is that
voice Harry
where she
dreaded to
shows up?
hear. It was Professor
I'm not sure. I know that she gains a
Harry's
lot of
least
significance
favorite
during Half-Blood Prince, but
I'm waiting to hear.
And her father gains significance in the Deathly Hallows because he's the one who explains the whole thing with the three
brothers.
the 3 brothers. That's the one. The Elder Wand, the invisibility cloak, and the 3rd thing,
Resurrection.
the Resurrection Stone.
But yeah, thanks to the slide, we're at over 180 Birdie Bots every flavor beans, so once again, we'll be able to not cap out, but get 250 Birdie Bots every flavor beans, which are used for one thing in the game, before we enter the common room.
Nice.
Mostly by doing a bunch of the secret areas before we get there.
Picking up more
Can you believe
beans.
our luck? Fred and George must have flown that car 5 or 6 times, and they never had an accident. I really thought we'd get expelled for sure. Come on, Ron.
They
let's go
flouted
to
the
Gryffindor
decree for
common
the
room.
restriction
Do you
of
think you can
underage
remember the way?
wizardry.
No problem. Follow me.
No, Ron, I need to pick up jelly beans.
And we do.
All the jelly beans. Oh my god, clearly they want us to just pick up beans. We're not going through doors yet.
Yeah.
That looked dangerous.
Alright, so Hogwarts is mostly open world. Everything is divided into its own, well, not everything, but most things are divided into its own loading section. But the Birdie Bots every flavor beans that you pick up and the objects that you interact with stay interacted with.
Nice.
So many
I
pictures.
know, and they already reused one of them.
Hi, Dobby.
Mustn't stay at Hogwarts.
Hey, you don't reappear until after Harry gets hit with a bludger.
Well, no, he's always around Hogwarts. It's just that, we don't see him again.
Climb the bookcase, Harry. That's how you get the jelly beans.
Wow.
Hi,
Harry
Colin.
Potter, it's really you. I'm Colin Creevy. I'm in Gryffindor too. Would it be alright if I took your picture? Everyone told me about how you survived when you-know-who tried to kill you. And you really do have that lightning scar on your forehead. It's brilliant here, isn't
And
it?
Colin was just as annoying in the books and the movie. In this game.
Actually, I think he's more annoying here, but he does serve a very valuable purpose for those of us who are going for 100% completion.
Does he take blows to the face with suits of armor axes?
Right into the Whomping Willow.
No, he does
People be
not.
talking
Okay.
That
about
would be
one for
slightly
years.
less useful.
Brilliant. What an entrance. We'd better get to the common room before Snape sees us.
Who? That's all over with. You guys are gonna get detention. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna get in any more trouble.
Yeah, but if Snape catches them still not in the common room, he might give them more detention.
More detention.
Or start the year off at negative house points for Gryffindor.
Huh. So, if the points are counted with an hourglass, what would indicate negative points?
That is a good question.
Yes, we will delve into that secret and more.
Next time on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PS1.
The Chamber of Secrets. Now we're in the chamber.